Well, good morning, everybody. We're back out doing some trout fishing today. I'm at the same place I was my last trip, and I'm going to start out trout fishing with a little 1/8 ounce rooster tail. And we're going to fish for an hour or two, see what we can get, and then we're going to switch over and do some largemouth and smallmouth fishing in the lower systems. And we'll start pulling some of those fish out because they are invasive, and there's no limits on these. Almost all Oregon rivers right now have no limits, at least on the coast. So we're going to help out the salmon population a little bit by pulling some fish, but we're going to start out doing some trout fishing. I think we got a smolt for the first one. Yep, it's a smolt. Not bad, first cast, got something. Pretty little guy. But we'll get him back real quick and we'll get on with the next ones. We're gonna be jumping around trying to find some big fish today. Hopefully we'll get some big 18-inch trout or something. I haven't got into any big ones yet this year. I think my biggest was about 14 inches so far. But we'll see what we can do. Oh, that's just a smolt. He looked like a trout for a second when he came out. We might go up to the falls up here, actually. While I'm here, I want to go downstream, but we might run up to the falls, and we'll see if anything's going on up here. The water temp's still pretty nice and cold for this time of year. It's not warm at all. I mean, it's probably 70 degrees out right now, but the water is feeling nice and chilly. So it's still probably in the high 50s, low 60s at the highest, which is good. It's really good for the fish. You don't want it to get too hot. Look at that crawdad. Nope. One of these days I should do a trip for them. I'm seeing a bunch of them. I can just come up here and throw a couple traps, walk around with a butterfly net and pick up a bunch of them. Ooh, that was a trout. I saw him. Had a few small follow it, but that was definitely a full-size trout over there. Ooh, got him, big trout. Yeah, that was a different one. He came from the right. That's cool. Nice trout to start the day out. I'm glad I came up here. I almost just went down. We're not even to the falls yet. Oh, he's not very feisty, which is kind of weird. I wonder if he's been caught recently. Usually they're way more aggressive and jumping than this guy was. Oh yeah, look at him. That'll be a nice little 12, 13-inch trout. Try to keep him calm. And I always pinch the barbs on at least one of my trebles so you can get him out. If you get all trebles hooked in him, you almost have to kill him to get him out. So I always, oh, there he goes. I always crimp one of them just to make sure the fish can get away nice and healthy. You can see him, he's going out back over to the deep water. Let's get this guy now. He's sitting somewhere right in here. That's where he was. No luck on that cast. Sometimes these trout are really peculiar. They were doing that last time. They were giving me about one bite. And that was it. They wouldn't bite anymore, which is kind of weird. Sometimes they just do that. Some days they'll hit it 10 times in a row before they get hooked. But oh, it is really deep. It doesn't have any flow. You can see by all the bubbles and stuff just sitting on the surface. There is hardly any actual flow in here, which is not a good sign for big fish. They do generally like the current way more. I think it's because they're larger, they need more of that oxygen running through. Just a tip. Oh, damn, there was a trout right there. Where did he come from? I just seen him as I was reeling in. He probably saw me. He's not going to bite. But we'll take a cast through there just to see. But yeah, during the summertime, this deep, calm water really isn't a great trout spot, I would say, for or any other big fish. Steelhead, and salmon. This isn't really the kind of stuff you want to fish. You want to fish right at the heads of where the current's coming over rocks or something, making a channel. We got ourselves another trout. Just as I was saying, it's not a good trout spot, and I catch one. But he's not a big guy. He's way smaller than the last one. There's a little 8-incher or so. Definitely more feisty than the other one was. God, they're pretty when they get those colors on them, all those dots. They're some pretty fish. I love seeing them when they're all silver too, but when they're fresh out of salt, they're pretty. But off he goes. Oh, there's a bite. There's a bite. I got a little guy. Yep. Oh, what was that? I had a big fish on and I had no idea. He was swimming down with me, I think. That was weird. It got super heavy all of a sudden. Weird. Very weird. I hope that wasn't a big fish I just lost. I'm gonna guess it was. That was... I was thinking it was a little guy coming down with it. But I think I was just pulling. Or a big fish was swimming down. And oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this guy. He's following the one I just caught. No, you're a nice fish. You're just as big as this one. Well, I was right. They're in that fast water up there. That's a nice fish. Not a bad little guy. Good 10, 11-incher. Just a beautiful cutthroat. Now, he is hooked with all 3 hooks, unfortunately. But not deep, so we might be able... Oh, yeah. Look at that. Just popped it down to 2. You grab the one, and you just... All you gotta do is twist it. And off they go. Never get them on land. You never touch them with your hands. That fish will be good in an hour. You'll probably catch him again. I'm gonna make sure to set the hook harder if I get one from now on too. But I don't know, that could have been a really big fish I lost based off the way he pulled when it stopped. Another nice fish. Yeah, look at him. They must be stacked up here in this current, which is normal. It's what I'd expect. The big fish need that colder, oxygenated water. And if you want to have good fishing like this, the key thing is really to get away from places where other people fish. There's a ton of people who go out and they fish and they go to the easy spots right next to the... I'm next to the road, but you can see how it's all brushy. It's hard to get down here. There's actually no trails because nobody else fishes down here. So, oh, he's bigger than the last one. Way fatter too. Look at the belly on that thing. Oh, and off he goes. Out into the deep hole. But yeah, you want to go to places where people are not fishing. If you're just going to fish the same places that are popular, everyone fishes, you're going to catch less fish, generally speaking. I mean, you can still catch them. I do it all the time. I go to popular places. Certain falls that are local, you know, everyone goes and fishes them, and I can go catch a couple fish every day. But if you want to catch a couple dozen big fish, you really need to get out to places where other people don't go, and preferably it needs to be somewhere where you have to walk to fish it. That way you don't get all the lazy people who are just fishing out of their truck, walking down, taking a couple casts, and then driving off. I'm gonna sneak up a little closer. Had a couple casts with no bites, so I think I caught all these close ones. We'll try to get up into this channel higher. I can't get much farther than these rocks, unfortunately, because it is deep on this side, very deep. But we can crawl out here. Yeah, you can see it's probably 10, 12 feet deep right there, and that's not even the deep part. Deep part's out there. Way deeper. Oh, that was a big trout. Big trout was on it for a second, and then a little one came over. There's one on it right now too. Oh, he turned away. Dang, yeah, that was a big one. It boiled on the surface by it. Oh, I have a little one on it. He came over and nipped at the tail. Oh, had a trout follow it again. Not a big one, just a little guy again. Seeing every fish that's following and isn't eating, they're all going out to the left, which is interesting. They're not going back up into the water. I don't know what that means, but it's also a good sign that it's different fish every single time. Because it's not the same fish moving back up and biting it and following it down. I mean, they're obviously going down to the left, and then I cast another one follows it, so definitely a bunch of fish up here. I've actually seen a couple boils now. I don't think the camera's picking it up. Right, the fast water where it comes over those rocks, there's trout coming up and eating things on the surface. So fly fishing right now would be very effective, it seems like. Oh my gosh. What do we got? I got a fish. That was instant. I couldn't tell because he was swimming down. Oh, he's just a little guy though. No wonder. Just a little old trout. Oh, no, it's not a trout. That's a big smolt. Big old smolt. Got all 3 hooks in him again. It's crazy how they can do that. Oh, well, at least he bounced off my foot and not the rock. Off he goes. All right, we made it back down where we started. We're gonna just start fishing these little channels. First cast. Just like that. Just get in that fast current. And there are trout. That's great. We'll get them up here in the current. Not a big guy again, but I love any size about this and bigger is fun. They actually put up some fight. We'll get some pliers out. And we're just gonna keep fishing down. We're gonna fish every bit of white water or fast water we see. And if we see a deep hole, we'll fish it too, but those will be secondary, I guess. Where's he gonna swim? He's gonna go up under the rock? No. He's gonna sit right below me here. That's kind of cool. Get some good footage of him just sitting right there. Got him. Just a little small. That must have been the last trout in there. We'll get him off. He's small compared to all the other smolt we've been catching. He's tiny. Must have been a coho smolt or something. The Chinook. I think all the big ones are Chinook smolt, because they spawn way earlier than the coho do up here. They'll be up here spawning and dead in late October or so into early November, and the coho start showing up sometime in November. Sometimes I see him up here all the way into January. I've actually seen Chinook up here in January, which is super weird because, you know, you can come up here and see them spawning and dying off by the dozens in every hole you look at in late October, early November. And you come up in January and there's just a 20-pound Chinook swimming through the shallow water when you're steelhead fishing, and you're like, what is going on? Oh, that was a little guy. Probably a smolt. That was a smolt. That was a smolt. There he is. Got him. Oh, he came off. He smashed himself into a rock. That's not good, buddy. Oh, he knocked himself out, too. Oh, he's going to make it? He did. He knocked himself out. Look at this thing. Come here, buddy. Yeah, he knocked himself out on the rock. We'll see if we can get him back to going. There we go. That's all he needed. He just needed to sit in the oxygen for a second. Get some good water. He's just sitting here in this little pool. Oh, look at that. That's a big smolt with a bunch of little guys. That's weird. Usually they stick around the ones of their same size. But that one was probably a 6-inch smolt with a bunch of 3-inch and 2-inch and 1-inch little guys like this. Look at all these little guys. Little smolt at it. I'm surprised there's not a big trout right here. This is ideal. Weird. I'm really surprised there's not a trout right there. I bet that was too loud, you couldn't hear me. But that's probably a 6-foot hole with fast moving water. And I only saw smolt. There's a trout right there. I can only see that one right now. I see a bunch of little guys, but no trout really. There's a little one following it, a bunch of little trout and smolt. 3 small trout and some smolt. Not what I would expect from this hole. This hole is really known for having big fish in it. Oh my gosh, look at that trout. Huge trout right there. He's sitting right in the middle. Oh my gosh. He's sitting right down on the bottom there. That is a big trout. Got him. Big boy, yeah. I saw him sitting down there. I knew he was gonna come up. He's actually not as big as I thought he was. He looked huge sitting there on the bottom. I was thinking he was gonna be a 16, 18 incher. I mean, he's not small, but he's no giant like I was hoping, but we'll take a good sized trout any day. Easy, buddy. I know you weren't really tired out. Yeah, beautiful fat trout. Well, unfortunately, I ripped his gill out when I was taking his freaking spider. When I was taking the hook out, I ripped his gill plate pretty bad. So you're allowed 2 a day where I live, over 8 inches. He's way over. He's probably about 12, nice and chunky. So we're gonna take him as the first one for the day, probably the only one I keep. We're gonna put him in a tide pool here, and we'll keep fishing and we'll come back for him later. Ooh, little deep spot. Oh, fish. Got myself a trout too. Kind of surprising, he was out in the sun and everything. Must have just waiting on an ambush spot. Another nice little cutthroat. He's got a cool little orange tip to his tail. You don't see that very often. And there he goes. Ooh, just a smolt. I think. Oh no, look at that. That right there is a pike minnow. We will be killing him. We do not want those around here. I didn't even know they were up here, to tell you the truth. That's the first one I've ever caught up here. It's not a good sign. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Really helps the channel grow. I'm working pretty hard right now to get the channel more content, better content, and getting out to more people. Posting 2 times a week while working a full-time job is pretty taxing sometimes. I live in a really good place where I'm able to do that. I have hundreds of fishing opportunities around, but that doesn't mean I catch fish every day. And I only post videos where I catch fish, so yeah, if you're enjoying, let me know. Instantly. Just a little guy. Is it even a trout? No, look at that. Another or pike minnow. Well, we'll toss him up on the rocks. It's not a good sign. I'm seeing a bunch of these up here, but oh, Got him. Come over here, big dog. Oh, is that a... What is that? Is that a big pike minnow? Oh my gosh, look at the size of that one. That's crazy. I've never caught one before this. And this year, they're just everywhere. That's nuts. Shallow over here this time of year. I don't remember it being this shallow all the way across, but usually I only fish this section during December when the steelhead opener is going on. I generally don't come down this far for trout because this is the kind of area where you get common people access, because there's a road that comes down to the side here for ODFW when they come and do their fish counts and stuff like that. Their surveys, as they call them, which they do wrong anyway because they do them the wrong time of year. Or I guess they do it once at the right time of year for Chinook, but they never come back and do any surveys for coho. They'll come up at the end of October, early November, do their checks, and you know, there'll be a whole bunch of dead Chinook all over the place with the tails chopped off. You can see them, but they never come back in late November into December when there's hundreds of coho up here and they're spawning, because they always come up later. It's always bugged me about that because they say the coho runs are bad on these local rivers, and I don't think they're bad. I think ODFW is just stupid and does their inspections at the wrong time. But I know they are doing it wrong because I come up here every year in December to go steelhead fishing, and there's just hundreds of coho up here. I mean, just in schools of 40 and 50 in the holes. Like down here, it's deep. It'll just be loaded with coho. The holes up above, loaded with coho. And every year, ODFW is like, nope, there's no coho seasons on these rivers. You know, it's bad runs. And it's like, yeah, right. There's more coho coming up here than Chinook. By, I guess, 2 to 3 times more coho come up here than Chinook. Okay, I think that's good for today on the trout trip. I'm gonna break off and go smallmouth and largemouth fishing now. I got about a mile to walk back to my truck. I'll go grab my trout that I left in the rocks. Excuse me. And then we're gonna switch over to smallmouth and largemouth fishing. We'll see what we can do. So we'll cut to that right now. Well, I made it downriver. It is awful windy. It was not supposed to be like this at all. It was only supposed to be out 5 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour winds on the coast. And we're inland quite a ways, and it's pretty breezy. But we're gonna give her a shot and see if we can get some smallmouth here. We might try here and then another spot just downriver a little ways. If it's too windy and we're having trouble, we'll just call it for the day. It's not worth the stress and everything dealing with the high winds, but I feel like it should be good enough right now to have a good chance to get some smallmouth and largemouth. Decided to check one more hole downriver just to see. This is actually really sanded in a lot. It used to not be this bad right here even just a year or two ago, but we'll give it a quick shot here, see if there's any smallies or largemouth around. Every once in a while I catch them really good right here. Ooh, soft. Well, I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. Couldn't really get on the bass. This high wind, and for whatever reason, they're not at my normal spots today. I don't know if it's because of the time of year. It's a month earlier than I normally fish for them, and it just doesn't seem like there's very many around. But we gave it a shot. Caught a bunch of trout today. Not bad at all. Had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you want to recommend any type of fishing, or if you enjoyed the video, just let me know. And I will see you in the next one.